Friday, wherever you are on this phenomenal planet. How have you been? How have you been? Listen, I wanted to come on. Oh, let me do this. There we go. I wanted to come on and say hi, hello, give you some updates. If you have not signed up yet for our 2021, Happy New Year. Happy new fiscal year, by the way. If you have not signed up for our real estate classes, please do so. There should be a link in the caption. That's bit.ly, right? It's a bit.ly link, .ly real estate class 2021. All right. I'm going to drop it in the comments here below. I wanted to share that with you because I'm getting a lot of calls and text messages about this market, right? I am getting inundated, which is a great thing. So I welcome all of you, whether you are a general population, meaning you're not an industry professional. I welcome you to attend the classes as well. Okay, so you know me, it's all one love. We all can learn from each other. Vivian says, just wanted to say hi. Hey, Aunt Vivian, I trust you're well. I love what you're doing. I'm glad you're sharing more, writing more. Today's message from my tea bag, if I could find it, it said, be the light. Be the light, the lighthouse. And it reminded me like, yo, Lise, you gotta, there's so much going on with me offline that I was like, oh, you gotta come online and share with your online fam. And so I want to say, first off, thank you all who have supported me for 2020, had a really productive year, carried me through this current year, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited about that. As some of you know, your girl went and got married as a married woman now. Oh, you know what? I realized I need to change my name on this stuff. Wow. Well, let me do. Can I do that now? Yeah. Okay. It's just a big reveal. I need to change my name. There we go. Let me go ahead and update. So yeah, name change happened. And yes, I'm now Mrs. Gillett, right? Keeping it razor sharp without the E. I was telling my husband about that. And sometimes it reminds me how much fun I get to have with my husband. And that is truly what we have been doing. It's just, I mean, we've both experienced life in our own journey. And we've experienced life in our own way. And we come together. And now it's just time to just build and have fun, that joy, laughter, that devotion, and be reinvigorated in both your business life and your personal life. So I attest to all of that. And I thank him, love him. So hi, honey. Happy Friday. I'll see you later after work. Vivian says, teach me. She says, who? She says, the newlywed Lisa. Absolutely. And ooh, you in trouble. Yeah, I definitely need to make sure I update the name. So I am, yes, you'll start to see that more as I start to rebrand, but I'm still the same super agent. It's so funny that I can teach a class about the branding and the intention of it. So here's what's so funny. I just have to share this for those of you who are working on your 2021 goals in terms of visualization and manifestation, right? So I knew at one point, at one time in my life, I am going to change my name. That was something I knew. And kudos to the women who don't once they get married. More power to you, whatever, do you, whatever you want to do, whatever that is. For me, I knew that one day I would become a Mrs. Some point. I don't know when that day was. There was no clock per se. I didn't have a deadline or a cutoff. I had open mind, open heart, open spirit. However, as I started to continue on my journey of self, right, I was propelling in my purpose, in my passions, I knew that I had to brand myself that no matter where I went, And no matter when I changed my name, right, and I become the Mrs. with the new last name, I would still be recognized as super agent or LA super agent. LA meaning I'm originally from LA, right, born and raised. But it would still transcend in terms of a brand. It would still transcend. So my domain is lasuperaagent.com. My email is lisa@lasuperaagent.com. And my screen names, my handles, everything was done out of intention so that when this day came that I would do the big reveal and I changed my name, that everything else would still be the same, right? We just concluded our youth boot camp, our real estate youth boot camp. Listen, there's a couple things happening where we are doing the adult classes, and that starts January 23rd. Really, it's fourth Saturday of each month. Let me just throw that here in the banner. Fourth Saturday of each month is what we're, whoops, no, not call into the show. Don't call into the show. Not today. I just missed y'all. I mean, I've been working on a lot of stuff. I have some exciting news, so much goodies. Getting back to the writing. So as some of you know, I really had slowed down last year, right? On the writing, on the podcast, on even taking less clients, but I still did well. Thank you. Still was productive. And so this year I'm really amped up, right? I'm really excited. The marketing pieces are going out in terms of my business. The real estate classes are coming back. So our adult real estate class, and by the way, they are free. So I did away, and thank you for those who were doing the loyal supporter program with Ready Set Real Estate. I did away with, right? Because now I'm only focused on our real estate youth club. By the way, it is now Ready Set Real Estate Youth Club. We are doing our boot camps and our workshops. I cannot wait for that. I am accepting enrollments for that, okay? And we did away with that. And then we're doing the adult training classes. All are welcome. And that is 4 Saturdays of the month, okay? And we'll kick that off. We're going to start at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 10 a.m. Pacific time. I probably am going to move it sooner, but let's just see how this first one goes. Thank you for those of you who have signed up. Your links are going out, so no worries. But I wanted to, let me see, real estate classes. We'll say the adults. The free adults real estate classes begin January 23rd. I believe that is the date. All right. So free adult real estate classes. Shout out to those of you who've already signed up. Vivian's like, yes, I noticed your absence. Yes, I definitely did that intentionally. Had to regroup, tighten me up and my whole tribe and family. Make sure overall that we are in good health, right? So just taking a step back and taking inventory of all the moving parts, both politically, economically, socially. I encourage you to do the same. Take inventory of what is happening. Step back if you need to. Okay, and so that's what I did. I stepped back is what I did. What else? So adult real estate classes. What else? She's like, yay, I feel your energy. I love it. She's like, yay. She's like, I need some real estate learning. Well, the beauty is that I'm not charging for it. Cost and price of admission. If you are a real estate professional, you know what my structure is, and join Ready Set Real Estate Club. So we're doing industry professionals, but if you want to attend the ones for the general population, that's fine. You can come learn with your girl. All is one, all is welcome. What else? Vivian says, breathing in the good. Right. Breathing in that good. Who's that? I forget the guy's name. Yeah. I used to watch him. I don't watch him as much. I mean, I have not even done YouTube. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have not even done YouTube videos. I mean, everything just was like screeching halt. Call it the honeymoon period. But no, Honey and I have been working and building and doing our foundational stuff. So we're really excited because we have working on another project, really another business. And so that is coming, and that is going to really be congruent with what the real estate market is doing. So we are working on positioning, and I trust that you are. So if you will join me every month, we have SCAS classes once a month, depending on the demand, right? Depending on the demand, I may do more, but once a month from January through November. I'm going to take December off like I did last time. I think I'm going to commit to that, is take December off. That's my personal year. That's my birthday month. That is when I came into the realm, into this, plane. And so I'm going to now going forward, take December off, right? So I show up and I go hard, I go strong. You guys saw what last year, I kicked out 16 classes when COVID happened. I pumped out 16 classes from, what was that? You got Vivian, what was that? From February to March between Evan and I, we did 16 classes, you guys, for entrepreneurs, small business, on branding, on client retention, client acquisition, marketing, art of negotiation, how to set your value, recognize your worth. Listen, those classes are still available. So we went in. And so when I put out so much energy, I had to then take that back. And I did that towards the last quarter of the year and was just doing my offline business, right? Handling my offline business, right? So yes, I was on my grown stuff. Yes, it is. It is Ralph Smart. Deep divers. It was Ralph Smart. So good stuff. So free adult real estate classes begins January 23rd. Let me drop it in the link here below. Sometimes these links do work. Sometimes they get really funky when you drop them in here. But let's see if it works. Wait, that's not it. All right. So it should be this one. bit.ly real estate class. No, not that one. That's not the wrong one. It's like, I wish I could delete that one. So it's it's in the caption though. You should see it in the caption. Okay. I try to make the links really short. That way you guys can, okay. This one should work. Okay, cool. All right, so bit.ly, so that's bit.ly/real estate class 2021. The awesome thing about the class is, if you, like I said, it is free. Y'all like free stuff. I think actually what I will do is I will add in there just one more question in there. I'm going to add one more question in there, and I want to do a screen share is what I'll do. So let's do a screen share. Let's go to Chrome. Boom. Share. Okay, cool. So let me make that bigger for you. This is what it looks like. Too big, right? Oh. Cool. Okay, cool. So this is what it looks like. Phoebe says, I hope that I'll be grown up by then. You'll be perfect. You'll be all right. So this is what it looks like when you log in, right? This is join our monthly discussions and webinars and real estate topics covered by industry professionals and experts. Yes, so this month we are going to be covering, let me show you what the schedule looks like. We're going to be covering, oh, by the way, it is on Zoom. So for those of you who are having issues with using Zoom, please reach out to me. Let me know. And I'll help you out, especially because this isn't just going to my online tribe, if you will. It is going to my live community, right? Local neighborhoods. And a lot of our seniors need some of this information, and they may not be familiar with the technology such as Zoom, tablets, iPads, and PCs. I'm extending myself that if you are local, you are welcome to come into my office. I do have a private office. There aren't too many moving bodies. I still do practice social distancing, but I can help you, get set up on the Zoom. So if you need that, I suggest you reach out to me. My number is, what's my number, people? Say it out loud, say it together. What is my phone number? You should have my phone number. You should know my phone number by heart. Like, quite honestly, you should. My number is 323-488-3265. You should know my phone number by heart because I've been giving it away for a couple years now. No Zoom password needed. So here's what's going to happen. Because this is a full schedule, you have a full schedule. So January 23rd, we're going to kick off a Become Mortgage Ready and Credit Worthy, right? Because I get a lot of calls about, pre-approvals, pre-qualifications, and I submitted my information online and I got an instant approval from the bank, right? So, and some of you don't really understand what that means. And then some of you are interested in purchasing, but you don't know what you need. So just like I teach the babies are part of my boot camp, know what they need. They know when the best time to apply. So for example, class, if you have not filed your tax returns, right? Let's talk about traditional financing. I will talk about some of the other creative financings as well. And I'm really excited about it because I'm just going to go in. I'm going to go in. I'm going to give you the game because there's so much of it. There's so much of it. I want to keep you coming back. That's why. So because there's so many avenues to doing this. And by the way, if you're new to me, yes, I see a lot of viewers right now. Oh my gosh, I totally didn't even do introduction. Hello, Aunt Viv's got me going right now. We're going back and forth. Introductions. My name is Lisa Gillett. I formerly known as Lisa Puerto, but I got married in 2021. Really happy and excited about that. And also known as Super Agent. I am a national public educator. I am a broker owner here in California. I am founder of our country's first nonprofit organization teaching youth real estate literacy. And so news about the nonprofit, we are now shifting. So Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation and the work that we've done through that is now being shifted to Ready, Set, Real Estate Youth Club. So you will start to see some changes, some branding changes happening around that. Still same passion, purpose, movement. We've just restructured it for financial and economic reasons, right? So we're moving away from the nonprofit sector of that. It's a lot of work to handle, a lot of management to handle. So we're now dissolving that and structuring it as a for-profit, and it's coming under the umbrella of Ready, Set, Real Estate. Since Ready, Set, Real Estate does education for the general population and for real estate industry professionals, we are just going to add to that and add our youth club, our youth component to that anyway. So that's what's happening there. So no worries. And thank you for those of you who have donated. We did put that funds to work. We helped many youth, and we continue to do collaborations with other organizations that also are serving the youth community. All right. So thank you for that. That's happened. The other thing is I'm an award-winning author. I have tons of books, and I'm very ambitious about releasing books and writing books. And so this year I am committing to releasing first-time home sellers from keys to proceeds. And I feel because our seller community needs to understand, right? It's one thing to acquire property, but it's another thing about inheriting property and then selling it, or then you bought it and then now you're a first-time seller, not understanding the process. And so in this year's calendar, we're going to cover some of that and the important aspect of maintenance, of maintaining, right? Estate planning. We're going to talk about, title, vesting, homeowners insurance, property taxes. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So look, let's look at the schedule. February 27th. Oh, let me go back. You see how I come on here and I fire. So I'm gonna take a little break so you can, receive all of that. Changes, right? I was a married woman. I'm still super agent. I'm gonna drop a book. Ready Set Real Estate Youth Club is now in full effect, right? All that other stuff, right? Who, by the way, has any of the Ready Set Real Estate merch? Like, do you have the Ready Set Real Estate mugs and t-shirts and hoodies and the caps? Like, you should come on now. Like, this is the best. I've got to ship some out actually. Okay. All right. Can you tell I miss being here? I do. I truly do miss being here. I haven't been online. Okay. So, um, Vivian says, I'm sure that I'll have to go back to your earlier works. Yes. And a lot of it is still up there. But here's the beauty, the beautiful thing about that, Vivian, is this year, because of last year, we slowed down. I'm going to bring some of that content back because I have a lot of new faces, and we're going to bring that content back. So no worries. And like I said, I've restructured it. We're not going to charge for the webinars. And ultimately for me is because quite honestly, I feel like this information you need to know. And I welcome donations, of course, always. But I'm not going to charge you for it. So I should actually say donations welcome if you want to, send a love donation or whatever. But like I always say, that money, what we originally were charging you for, was so we can continue to do the youth work. But it's coming anyway by the way of the referrals, the phone calls. I continue to be booked for trainings and boot camps and sessions, all kinds of stuff. Life is wonderful. Life is great. And I appreciate you guys' continued support. So we can allow this information to come by way of a freebie, if you will. All right. So January 23rd, let me recap. So become mortgage ready and credit worthy. I am asking, did you sign up yet? Listen, hold up. Stop playing. Did you sign up yet? You haven't signed up. You need to sign up now. Go ahead and sign up. If you're watching, sign up and get on the list, right? And the list is so that you can get the links. I'm collecting your information so the team can send out the Zoom links, right? Make sure that you are on the list. And that's what I'm talking about right now. Okay. So thank you very much. What Vivian says, I don't know if your work will be the same since you're married now. No worries. If not, it will be better. Are you kidding me? My work is even that much better. It's so funny. She says, okay, I like love donations. Absolutely. I do too. And I welcome your love donations. All right. Because I consider you part of my love circle. By giving you a lot of this information that most people are charging you for. True or false? Show of hands, thumbs up, drop a 100. When I finish with this schedule and I look and I read it to you and we go through together, that's what I'm going to spend the next few minutes doing right now. I'm going to talk you through this schedule. And when it's done, I'm going to ask you again. I'm going to ask you, will other people charge you for this level of information? And not only that, but it's coming from me, who is an active real estate professional. Last year, I dealt with mediations, going into arbitrations, dealing with some court cases on fraud, land sales, developments, investments, multifamily, single family, dealing with tenant situations, lease situations. So it's been a very enjoyable 2020. And I am so grateful for that. And this year kicks off already strong. We just closed. As a matter of fact, we're going to close a land deal today. We just closed another escrow 2 days ago. And it's the scenarios and situations that I am coaching you through by way of the schedule. It's because what I'm sharing with you in the schedule is because there are going to be case studies for each of these, so you understand how to apply the information, right? It's one thing to say, knowledge is power, but I love to add application is wisdom. Application is wisdom. All right, drop that in the comments below. Application is wisdom. Applying this information. So let me do this just so I want to make it a little bit bigger. All right, cool. I think that's better so that you guys aren't like squinting your eyes, trying to squint your eyes. January 3rd, 23rd, become mortgage ready and credit worthy. So we're going to discuss that, the credit worthy aspect of it. I'm going to address these, the credit applications, how to build your credit, and the real truths and facts about a lot of that credit stuff that you guys see and hear floating around. There's so many credit experts. I had already did a presentation about that whole situation, or I wouldn't say situation, that whole movement. And kudos to those of you who are helping people build your credit and all that stuff. But I've also converted the people that realize they're paying $79.99 and they're realizing, well, this doesn't, I don't see it working. I don't see something happening. So we're going to address some of those scenarios. Okay. $79.99, whatever the price is, whatever it is. So we're going to address that. And so class, I wanted to ask, if you haven't filed your tax return, do you think you should be applying for a home loan? Yes or no? If you haven't filed your tax return, should you be applying for a home loan? If you don't have savings, if you don't have money saved up, right? Because there's still, whether you use a VA loan or you do some creative financing, there's some skin into the game that is required. So I'm going to go ahead and debunk all of that. Even when we talk about the creative financing, there's still some skin in the game that is required. That means you need to have money. Okay, let's just be real. You need to have some money. So we're going to cover some of that. We're just going to have some real conversations about it because I think we need to address it. And you may say to me, Lisa, well, that's just common sense. Well, we all know the saying, right? They say, my husband and I have this running joke about they say, they say that all common sense is not all that common, right? February 27th, we are going to have understanding iBuyers and cash offers. You're going to break that down. I have a special guest who is actually an investor. And we're going to talk about what a cash offer really looks like. What does do you know how to recognize a cash offer? Do you know the tips and tricks that investors use to pay less for properties when they write you a cash offer? All right, you can talk about that. March 27th, what you need to know about appraisals. Guess what? Just had someone ask me a question yesterday about the appraisal didn't come in. It was undervalued the property. But my house is over here, and the appraiser came from an out of area, and all these other things. We covered it last year. Guess what? We're going to cover it again because some of you need to know this information. Not some of you, all of you. Okay. Appraisals are very important. And did you know, see, I'm going to give you this gem right now. Did you know, especially for those of you, no, Vivian, not under the table offer. No. Now, you know what? It's funny because I will talk about the under table offers, especially when I'm representing clients with the product, right? Product being the property. Oh my gosh. I mean, it gets real out here. People will give you those under table offers. They'll slide it over to you. So yeah, they'll try you, but for me, it's not worth it. Because why is it not worth it for me? It's not worth it for me because this is my livelihood, right? This is, and more importantly, I like to share with people. I love to sleep at night, and I make sure I'm operating from integrity and ethics, professionalism at all time. And I always think in my mind, if it were me, right? If it were me, how would I want someone to work with me, treat me, do me? I guess that's the golden rule, I think, right? Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. So I want to make sure I'm sleeping at night. Okay. And then let's continue class. Let me put it up here so you guys can see where you need to sign up, right? And then let's continue. It's so funny. I see this profile of myself and my hair, this color is fading out. So you see my natural color coming in. And Lathan, my son, he was looking at one of my marketing pieces because I shared my wedding picture as part of my marketing piece. And he was like, look, Mom, you're two different colors on here. Yeah, it was kind of funny and cute. Vivian says, I know about some of that slick oil. This would never be you, Lisa. I certainly would not want to be. I don't know anything about slick oil, Vivian. I don't know about the slick oil. No slick oil for me. Okay. So we covered February 27th. So I'm going to have an investor on. He's going to be talking to us, showing us the game. I've worked with various investors. I represent investors, and I see how also they structure their offers, right? And so I will say I'm a little bit spoiled with working with investors, a lot more investors this last year than I did before. And that's what spoiled me about them, is how they write their offers. There's a lot of as is, no contingencies. The money is straight up, large deposits. And in fact, aggressive offers would put the entire purchase price as the deposit. So let's just say next level. Yeah, Lisa, then I'm next level over here on this stuff. So drop next level in the chat below. We just, we're next level. All right. March 27th, what you need to know about appraisals. April 24th, rehab versus remodeling a property. Rehab versus remodeling a property. I'm going to have a guest for that. Same thing on my appraisals. Again, it's tentative with people's schedules, but definitely I've got all the folks that is going to drop the gems and happily do it, right? Because these are people I can call and pick up the phone. So I'll just ask them, be like, yeah, can you come on and just share with the group? Just drop some gems for us. So rehab versus remodeling a property, know that we've got to know the difference, understand the difference, why the difference will cost us in permits and compliance. I just made that up. I'm going to write that down. The difference will cost you in permits and compliance. That's going to be my tag. That's going to be my tag for April 24th, rehab versus remodeling a property. So yes, that I like that one. The difference will cost you in permits and compliance. Okay. So that's April 24th, May 22nd, understanding escrow, also known as settlement, depending where you are in this country, and seller's net sheet. Seller's net sheet. Why is this important? This goes back to, that means I'm going to schedule my book release by May 22nd, because we are going to be talking about first-time sellers from keys to proceeds, right? So those of you who become inheritors and you want to cash out, there's a lot of involved in that step. That's great. You've got the keys. How do we turn the keys into proceeds? Proceeds being the money. So we've got to understand the net sheet and the cost involved and how terms and conditions impact your bottom line. It's all in the offer, people. It's all in the contract. There's no guess. I'm very upfront with my clients, so there's no guessing. There is no, you said, I thought. Nope. Let's go back to the net sheet. What did the net sheet say? What did the estimate say? I can account for what I know. I cannot account for what I don't know, meaning lender payoffs and additional fees and interests. If you are facing pre-foreclosure, cannot account for what the attorney's fees and the pre-foreclosure costs involved with that. But there are some things we can account for. And that's why it's important to know your seller's net sheet. What's the bottom line? That's the important part. How do we get to the bottom line? Right? Feeling good about this? June 26th. June 26th, selling a tenant-occupied property. One or two things are going to happen. I'm either very psychic, meaning by the time the moratorium is expired, by the way, the moratorium was extended through February 28th. So that means tenants continue to have protections through the month of February. The moratorium was originally scheduled to expire this month. But guess what? Your political representatives, the current administrations, are likely to continue to extend them. My position is they may not be able to continue to extend them without pissing off a whole bunch of shareholders, because those notes are still due, right? That money is still due. You can't just forgive an entire home loan. It's what makes this economy thrive. If you knew, right? If you really do, it makes this economy thrive. All right. So either I'm really psychic, meaning by the time we get to June, we're going to talk about a group of owners, multifamily owners, who may want to dump their properties because they're like, yo, I took a major hit with my tenants not paying all their rent, right? Or they may be impacted in other ways as you start to see these small business owners closing down. There's a lot of commercial spaces coming up for lease on the market. There's a lot of commercial spaces that are coming up for sale, right? A lot of moving parts. So I'm either going to be very psychic by June 26th, meaning we're going to start halfway through the year, we're going to start to see a lot of shift involving tenants and properties with tenants. So we're going to talk about that, selling a tenant-occupied property and some of the rules and stipulations, because in the last quarter alone, which was 2020, there was some new bills, some executive emergency orders that were put into play in terms of rent control and relocation fees and who can get relocation, when you can't, and I mean, all kinds of stuff. So I imagine we're going to have a lot more clarity about that. Definitely recommend, I will always recommend an attorney when it gets complicated and beyond my scope, definitely. And so I always will give that full disclaimer. Vivian says, coming up, I'm seeing a lot of commercial space now. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just saying, when I say coming up, I'm saying tenfold, right? Because I see it too. We all see it, right? See a lot of the commercial spaces for lease sign and all that stuff. I'm saying this bad boy is about to 10x. So positioning is key. Let's, a lot of my clients are anxious about jumping in the market, but guess what? It's a very interesting market, I will say. And I'm just grateful to be a witness. I am a participant and I'm a witness to this market. I am. Okay. Let's continue with the schedule. If you've just joined us, hello, welcome. We are doing We're going over a schedule for 2021 of our real estate classes. Yes, they are free 99, free 99. All I ask you is to sign up and share and let somebody know we are hosting these classes every month. Um, all are welcome. I will just go ahead and update our my questions so that I know if you are an industry professional or not. Because industry professionals, I do have Ready Set Real Estate Club where I do specific industry trainings for you specifically. Okay. Excited to bring that back. We're going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm excited. A lot of stuff is happening. I felt like I needed to do this because it's Friday. I miss you. I wanted to get on and jump on the camera and tell you all the wonderful things that are going on, despite and in spite of what you are being inundated with in the mainstream media. Okay. Yes, Vivian, this is a lot of responsibility too. Absolutely. And that's my point. For people who get into home ownership and ownership of real estate, there is an extreme degree of responsibility that most people don't realize once they get the keys. They say, oh, wonderful, I'm not a renter anymore. But what does that mean when you say I'm not a renter anymore? Right? Great example is Elon Musk. He just sold 3 of his California homes as he makes his transition to Texas. He is quoted saying, I will own no home. This is the world's wealthiest man who says, I'm not going to own a home. Let's discuss that. We're going to discuss that and so much more. Why would someone who is the world's wealthiest man say he's not going to own a home? Not going to own a home anymore. No home. He's a part of no home movement, right? So we have to dissect that. So where am I? July 24th. We're well into the summer. Very well, very good, Vivian. Absolutely. Ownership, taxes, repairs, and upkeep. And this is why we are having these classes, is so we are fully educated, because it's one. And listen, I'm a proponent. Absolutely. It still translates to wealth. And the caveat is real estate done right. Okay. Real estate done right. There is a way to do real estate, and there's a way how not to do real estate and how to mess it up. Overextending yourself is the number one way that you will do real estate wrong. All the way wrong. All right. So let's continue. We are at July 24th. Invest in real estate with self-directed IRAs. Did you know you can use your retirement accounts to invest in real estate? Yeah, absolutely. Imagine that. It is in the tax code that you can use a self-directed IRA to leverage for acquisition of real estate. Can't wait to go into more details about that. I remember when I learned about that, I was like, yo, this is the next level. And this is actually where this is even a business, right? This is a business where a lot of investors, when you're like, man, how are they buying up? See, they go after those owners of self-directed IRAs for private money. Imagine lending out some of your money on a self-directed IRA where you get to send that money to go work for you and bring back more friends by way of interest earned on that money that's already sitting in your retirement for tax efficiency. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So that's July 24th. We're well halfway through the year. And then August 28th, yes, Vivian, even utilities. And here's the sad thing is, depending on what state you're in, your utilities are also considered a lien, meaning if you don't pay your utilities, yes, your property can be foreclosed on. So property taxes, we do know, are liens. And if you don't pay your property taxes, they will foreclose on you. Oh, guess what? That's August 28th. We'll be talking about that. Property taxes and notice of defaults. We covered that, right? We're going to cover that. Trustee sales versus sheriff sales when we cover the property taxes and notice of defaults. Vivian says, I would say take your electric heaters, please. Right? Keep your electric heaters, right? So yes, August 28th, property taxes and notice of default. I'm going to cover that for various scenarios, meaning a forward mortgage, which is a regular traditional mortgage and property taxes, hard money and how it relates to property taxes, reverse mortgages and how it relates to property taxes. Okay. And no liens, meaning no loan, and how it relates to property taxes. And then we're going to talk about notice of defaults as well. Timelines, time periods, life is happening. Oops, I can't pay. Woo, woo, woo. I'm, what do I do? I'm stressed. Are they going to come knock on my door, kick me out, take my house? We're going to talk about that. If you missed the homeowner bill of rights that I did a 7-week homeowner retention series, meaning ways for you to keep your home when you are facing financial hardship. Check that out on my YouTube, you guys. It's on my channel. We did 7 weeks starting with the homeowner bill of rights. What are your rights? Okay. Jackets and blankets, no gas heater, hot plates too. Well, you don't have to suffer, Vivian. You don't have to suffer to feel like, you don't want to have someone come and snatch your property up, just in case you run the bill up. Guess what? Part of the homeowner bill of rights and the property retention series that I did is very easy. Pick up the phone and have an open line of communication. Talk with the people you owe money. Don't avoid them. Been there, done that. I can openly and honestly say, been there, done that. I went through a series, some of you know my story, life's trials and tribulations. There was a period where life was hitting me so hard. Like I was taking hits from every which way. Unfortunately, physically and mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, I was taking those hits. To when the bill collector started coming, I stopped answering, stopped responding, and it doesn't get any better from that, right? So it wasn't until I took full control and started facing it, right? Started calling, started showing up. So listen, right? Writing the letter saying, I went through XYZ. I'm ready to, face this. All right. Vivian says, Lisa, we had plastic in our windows. So you kept it so long, right? That's what I think about people who purchase their homes. They leave the paper blinds, right? They're like, we on a strict budget. We're going to save for curtains and blind treatments, window treatments. And this is exactly why we're doing a class, folks. Is because you get to learn from other people. You get to learn from each other. So the aim is, what do you think the aim is? Is for us to create a community where we are discussing what each of us are dealing with respectively in our respective hometowns, what we've been through, why you may not want to go that route again, what you've learned, and help other people. When we share more of our stories, guess what? We will empower more of each other, more other people. Maybe said, I almost started a campfire in there. No worries. So we're in August, and then September 25th, we are going to talk about probate and trust and death of a property owner. I got a lot of calls about this when it was on the schedule last year, but it was towards the end of the year. So by that time I had started to slow down. So don't worry. A lot of you actually were in those situations and just called me and was like, yo, I'm going through this now. Because I said it. If you are experiencing anything in terms of these topics or challenges, listen up, class. You don't have to wait. Hold up. Listen up. Listen up, class. If you are going through any of these, you don't have to wait for the class to talk to a professional. What's my number? What's my number, Vivian? What's my number? Read it out here, right? 323-488-3265. You do not have to wait. If you need assistance, professional assistance over these scenarios, you don't have to wait. Okay? And yeah, you don't have to wait. Okay? So let's get back to the schedule. So we are in October 23rd, Refinance 101. What does that mean? We're going to be discussing what is a refinance. I have a great story about that. I have a young homeowner who said, I inherited free and clear, no loan, and she owed some money. What money did she owe? Property taxes. Vivian says, 323-488, No, it's not Shout out, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and post this on my podcast, on the Ready Set Real Estate podcast. So shout out, by the way, I'm going to bring you back up to our radio podcast listeners who's been rocking with us from wherever you are in this country. So the number is 323-488-3265, 323-488-3265. Yes, that's a California number. I don't have an 800 number for you. I might one day. I might have you. No, I'm not. 323-488-3265. Go. Text messages are welcome. If you don't get me, leave a message. You can imagine I definitely am a productive person. I don't like to use the word busy. I do stay productive. And oftentimes I'm in the field, online, doing a training, writing up a deal, doing me. So yeah, let's just get on a schedule to chat. Okay. I welcome, and in my consultations, I don't do heavy stuff. I don't, people want to send me all their documents, and no, we got to know if this is a right fit, right? Because I don't work with any and everybody. I don't. It's a way to preserve my sanity and my spirit. I do not work with any and everybody. Let's get back to the schedule. We're almost done here. Thanks for sticking around. Oh, we're right on time too. Looks like we're going to finish up in a few minutes. So October 23rd, Refinance 101. So my story with the young lady was, she said, I know I don't owe any money. There's no loan on the house. I own it free and clear. And, people are telling me that I can get money out of my house. So I explained the concept of refinance to tap in, right? I said, this is the basics of monopoly. This is truly the basic of monopoly. When you purchase cash for the land in monopoly, and then when you need to pay off your debts because you become property rich and cash poor. Let's talk about that. Drop that in the comments. Property rich. I think I might want to call that property rich and cash poor. Property rich versus cash poor. It's a perfect time for us to talk about refinancing. Refinancing is because it is a way for you to do one or two things, right? Save on, if you do have an existing loan, save on the interest you are paying on that loan, right? So by refinancing, you do a change in terms. Interest in terms, the interest rate is the terms. Another way you can access the equity. I'm going to talk about equity. If you don't know what equity is, we'll talk about equity, how you tap into the equity, right? So we're talking about property rich versus cash poor. We'll address that on October 23rd in our Refinance 101 class, because it was classic. When I broke down the concept of refinancing to her, she was stumped. She was like, that makes no sense. Why would anyone want a 30-year loan? It was fantastic to me because she's like 25 and she was like, I'd be 55 still paying on this. Yes, darling. Yes. And I said, this is the American way, right? The American dream. Vivian says it's like a home without a toilet. Uh, kind of, sort of, right? Kind of, sort of. And then November, last class of the year, deed and mortgage fraud. I imagine there is going to be a lot more of this. It's on the rise. As a matter of fact, it's been on the rise in New York. It was on the rise so much. There's been just so many announcements about it. There are literally people that are defrauding homeowners, forging their signatures, having them sign paperwork that is transferring title and ownership to their property. So the unfortunate thing is a lot of folks don't understand a lot of the real estate jargon and the paperwork. So you should really you should have a legal team or a real estate professional that you can call on to help you review that paperwork. Yeah, Vivian, 30-year mortgage is a hard knock life, which is why I talked about real estate done right, right? It's not so much hard knock when someone else is paying your mortgage. It's not so much hard knock when someone else is paying your mortgage, right? And leveraging those benefits, deductions, interest deductions, the write-offs, the asset depreciation against your taxable income. Real estate done right. Okay. And most people are unfamiliar with what real estate done right looks like. Based on our schedule, if you stuck around to the end, I want to ask you now, do you feel like this, how much would all of this be worth, right? To you? How much put a price on it. It's free 99. We're going to do once a month. Each month, we're going to cover a different topic. We're going to get through the year. I said no class in December because it's my solar return. And I'm going to take December off like I used to take it off. That's right, Vivian, leveraging. Real estate done right. There is a way to do it right. You can do real estate right. Where I see people falter is when they don't create the living trusts, when they're not leveraging the assets, they're not paying the property taxes, they don't have homeowners insurance. It's not insured. In a time like this, and who knows what may happen. Your property burns down. We saw the riots happen. There were some people that were properly insured. Let's talk about that. There were some people that were properly insured that were made whole, and some. And there were others who were not. Didn't we see that happen in Texas when that hurricane hit? All those people didn't have flood insurance. FEMA had to come out and help, and no flood insurance. And I think I was hearing that the flood insurance policy costs, what was it, $80, $60 a month, something like that. Vivian says, I'm too scared to ask. No, I want to know. Put a value on all this information. Invaluable information, Lisa. You said $2,000. I think you're missing a zero. She says it's worth $2,000. I think you're missing a zero. I'm talking about trust, taxes, talking about generational wealth. How do you transfer it? How do you leverage it? $2,000? Really? How much is college tuition that teaches you none of this stuff? How much is it? How much are you paying in college tuition that teaches you none of the real life stuff? Not knocking college. Yes, they're specialized for those fields, with the exception of the real estate classes and real estate business degrees and stuff like that. But you would have to pursue that field. How many of you actually went to college to pursue learning this information? No, right? This is not something you are pursuing because sometimes you get thrust into it. Mom, dad passes away. Boom, guess what? You're the next in line. Mom, dad doesn't have a will in play. You're now the administrator. What do you do? Who do you call? You now have to deal with filing the tax return for your parents' estate. right? Closing out the books, paying out the bills, managing probate attorneys, real estate professionals, understanding that process. Exactly. Vivian says, oh, Lord, come get me, Elizabeth. Just jiving with you, just jiving with you a little bit. Listen, I want to say thank you for hanging out with me. Last thing I'm going to ask you is share the video, share today's video. I covered that on topics of what to expect. And if you haven't already, please make sure you sign up at bit.ly, that's bit.ly// real estate class 2021. You'll see this screen, you'll see the schedule. Sign up, put the information in. It is free 99. All I ask you is to commit to showing up, and please share with one or two or more individuals what we are going to kick off with Ready, Set, Real Estate 2021 calendar of classes. All right. Thank you, Vivian. She says shared and done. Thank you very much. All right, listen, enjoy your Friday. Have a powerful and productive day. I'll see you real soon. I'm really excited. And listen, we're here for you. I'm here for this. I was built for this. I was made for this, right? Love the purple hearts. Thank you, Vivian. Purple is one of my favorite colors. And I will see you guys next week. All right. Let's stay healthy. Let's stay strong. And let's continue to empower one another. Sharing is caring. All right. Bye.